All right, let's take a look at example 1. So we have -7/8 plus -3/8. So again, we have two of the same signs. So since both of those signs are negative, that tells me right away that my answer is also going to be negative. So now what I can do is simply just add the two fractions together. If we think back to working with fractions, we only add the tops and we keep the bottoms the same. So when we go ahead and carry this over, we know the denominator is going to stay 8 because that is the common denominator. And then we're going to add 7 plus 3 and get 10. So we get 10/8. You can either keep that as your answer, so your answer could be -10/8, or you could change that back into a mixed number if you wanted to. So we think about the fact that our answer is still negative, and then 10 divided by 8. So 8 can go into 10 one time, and then 2 is left over, so we would have -1 2/8. And then finally simplifying that down, 2 and 8 are both even, so we can divide by 2 on the top and the bottom. So if we do 2 divided by 2, we get a 1. 8 divided by 2, we get a 4. So our final answer would be -10/8 or -1 1/4. If we take a look at example 2, we notice we have a positive fraction and we have a negative fraction. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to actually drop those signs and just compare 6/7 and 3/7. If we compare those, 6 out of 7 is much bigger than 3 out of 7. So that means that our final answer is going to be positive. The next step that we're going to take is we're now going to, instead of adding these together, because they're not the same signs, we're going to subtract them. So we have 6/7 minus 3/7. Well, again, when we're subtracting fractions, we are truly just working with the top numbers, and the bottom numbers stay the same as long as they're common. So we have a common denominator of 7, so that 7 carries over as our denominator, and then we do 6 minus 3 is 3. So our final answer is going to be positive 3/7.